625, my name is Amanda Brown, and I'm doing a unit on butterflies. Currently, I'm a second grade teacher, and I'm fortunate enough to be working on that grade level. So to begin my lesson, my unit actually, I will be doing an introductory lesson on what is a butterfly. So to begin this lesson, I want to activate the students' prior knowledge in an I do portion, and I will do this by writing butterflies on chart paper and having students, of course, sit on the carpet and volunteer what information they already know about butterflies, whether it's what they look like, what they do, how they become a butterfly, whatever they already know, and hoping that the students may introduce the title, The Hungry Caterpillar, and talk about how they know that book and some other thoughts from there. Moving on from there, I will have students return back to their desks and write in their notebooks about how they think a butterfly becomes a butterfly, so what happens to the butterfly in order to make a butterfly. So students will write that down. After they're done, they will turn to a clean page in their notebooks, and they will be taking notes during the viewing of a Brain Pop video called Butterflies. So there are quite a few things that are discussed in that video. They ask the question, what are butterflies, and go into how butterflies are a type of an insect. And students will be taking notes during this time, assuming that since this lesson will be in March, they already know how to take notes. So they will be writing about what are butterflies, what are the parts of the butterfly, so talking about the 3 parts of the body, the 3 pairs of legs, and the 2 antennae and what their purposes are. How do butterflies stay safe? So they'll talk about the scales on the wings and how butterflies use bright colors to warn others, like predators, that they are poisonous, and how some butterflies camouflage themselves. Another question that comes up in the video is, how do butterflies grow and change? And that discusses the life cycle, which is what we're really trying to target today. So in the life cycle, they talk about how the adult female butterfly will lay eggs on a plant, usually a plant that they hope that the larva will feed off of once it's born. So after they lay the egg develops and out hatches a larva, which is the caterpillar. The caterpillar becomes a pupa and usually goes into a chrysalis. And then either a few days or a couple weeks later, there's metamorphosis that occurs and out comes a butterfly. They also go into the idea of migration and talk about what it means for a butterfly to migrate. After we do that, the we do portion of my lesson will be that we discuss what happens in the video, review our notes, fill in any gaps that may be missing, talk about how this is the beginning of our unit on butterflies and how we will have our own butterflies in the classroom and we will have an opportunity to observe them and discuss more in detail. The you do of this lesson will be that students will go into centers doing different activities. So I differentiated my centers so that some students will go to a center in which they fill out a diagram. Sorry, it's backwards. That seems to be my video. A Venn diagram comparing the caterpillar stage and the butterfly stage. Then there will be some students that get to complete that Venn diagram on the computer. There is a website called readwritethink.org that lets you electronically fill in a Venn diagram and print it for those students that may have a little bit trouble writing. Then there's another center that draws the stages of the life cycle, picks one stage and explains what that stage is and its purpose. Then there's another writing center that gets those creative juices flowing, that is students writing about a day in the life of either a butterfly or a caterpillar. They get to write about what that day would be like. And then there's another center for vocabulary cards in which students would be able to take the vocabulary that we learned in the video and they would be able to write all those vocabulary words on a vocabulary card and decorate them so that they can remember what those words mean. In addition, students will be given a copy of a reader called The Life Cycle of a Butterfly to help them complete any of this work. And after they are done completing their center, they will be given the opportunity to sit down and thoroughly read this story, either buddy reading, independent reading, or listening center. So to adapt this lesson for approaching students, students that are approaching on target level will be provided with images And they will be given the opportunity to use the iPad that I have in my room. I have 2 iPads in my room to rewatch the video and let that help them fill out the Venn diagram. And they will also be given the opportunity to digitally create the Venn diagram on readwritethink.org. And to challenge my students, I would ask them, if you were a butterfly, where would you migrate to, why, and draw what you would look like. So that's my lesson, my introductory lesson on butterflies. I am so excited to try this unit out in September, and I'm looking forward to your feedback. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.